Hello everybody and welcome to this video about the Quick 9. We are live here today, the 26th of March, a Wednesday, doing another Quick 9 guide for you all. We're gonna play a full 9 of the Greenberg slopes here in this Quick 9. And when it comes to the Greenberg slopes, it's definitely a tricky course. So if you're looking to have an advantage in your game, you most definitely sign up for a Quick 9 guide, which you can do via the link that is in the description down below. So you go to patreon.com/GCTQuick9 for our deal where you buy for 4 Quick 9s but you get 2 for free. So you buy for 4, get 6 in total, or you sign up and you buy access to the standalone package that we do have for a Quick 9 on every single event. Obviously that's only for the event today. It's not going to cover all of it if you do a one-time purchase. So seasonal packages or one-time purchase. In this video, you will see me talk a little bit about our guides as well, also a little bit more about the Quick 9. When it comes to Quick 9, it's an extremely good way for you to collect some easy clan points, also get some nice prize chests with cards, and with balls, and especially for those of you that are maybe new into Master and look to stock up with some Luminaries and Kingslayers, this is an absolute brilliant chance. As you're only playing against 19 other people, every bracket is a total of 20 people, you have yourself a very good chance to get one of the top spots with just 1 or 2 drops. Some tournaments you don't even have to get an extra drop and you will still be able to get to the top spot. I do think that based on how many players that has been exciting about that in season 84 will know exactly what I'm talking about regards in how much easier, if we can call it that way in Golf Clash, how much easier it is to get in a good position in the Quick 9s compared to a regular tournament. When it comes to our guides for Quick 9, we are providing a guide for Master Division. We are selecting 6 events over the season, where we are providing our Ultimate Tournament text guide in the Quick 9 format. We are providing 9 to 14 slides, meaning that we are focusing on free-to-play first and foremost, where every single hole will have a guide that is free-to-play. So you can use your Kingslayers, Centurions, Luminaries, sometimes even Kingmakers and stuff like that, but focusing on the balls that you can obtain for free in the game. Now, we're also adding on some special ball options as well. If we do see that there is a chance to send it close to green, we do try to add those as well. However, though, we are only promising a maximum of 14 slides, where sometimes it can be more, but should not be expected, because you're paying for up to 14 different slides when it comes to the Quick 9. We are providing the shots for players to be able to use an Apocalypse level 6+, or an extra mile level 9 as a driver. And then obviously, like I said, free to play balls together with sometimes some conservative options, sometimes some aggressive options. We're trying to obviously do our very best to cater to as many different players as possible. We do have specific Telegram chats as well for the Quick 9, so you can ask questions about your shots. Those Quick 9 chats are only open for players that do play the Quick 9. Have in mind that the Quick 9 guides are separate patron to our normal patron. The reason we have that is to separate that from the other guides, because it would be too messy to kind of mix the Quick 9 into every guide, and for those that may not want to have that and stuff like that. So you have 2 ways of getting access to our Quick 9 content. One, you go to patreon.com/golfclashtommy/GCTQuick9. You sign up to one of the 30-day packages. You can do that as an individual, you can do that as a clan. What you're getting there is that you are paying for only 4 events and get 2 for free. That's basically what, if you are calculating out what it costs to buy every event as a standalone purchase, then you will in that case only pay for 4 if you do get the 30-day package. The other way is obviously to buy for every event as a standalone event. And that will be a little bit more expensive, especially if you are looking to get yourself access to all the events that we are doing. We are selecting specific days during the month, and that will always be informed, and you will see that on our platform as well, what type of days we are doing the content. So make sure to sign up. can scan the QR code on the screen, or most especially use the link in the description down below called patreon.com/GCTQuick9. Now let's have a look at one or two example slides. So let's have a look at a couple of slides, and I think it is important to have in mind that when you're playing Quick9, you don't have to drop every single hole to have yourself a chance to the top spot. It's more about not making mistakes and then add on a couple of drops on top of that, and you all of a sudden have a good chance to get, at least in Master, to have 1,840 clan points in the first place chest. And then you also have that you can get like 30 to 40 epic cards and a bunch of other cards as well with luminaries and kingslayer. I mean, there is so much value in that, but I do think that the mindset needs to be correct as well, that you're not going to drop everything most likely, but getting a couple of extra drops will give yourself a super duper chance. And that's what we're doing. Look at this slide here for an example. This is a very simple slide for a par 4. In this case, we're playing this ball to green. Now, there are a lot of trees, as you can see there on the picture, which means that there's going to be a lot of players that just go in without no plan. They will hit the tree and they will lose out getting the eagle. With our shot here, with a perfect ball, you provide yourself with an eagle to start with, which means that you're one step closer getting a top spot by just playing a free-to-play ball in a simple way to get an eagle. The way we do design our guides is to make them as easily followed as possible, with that we are describing what ball to use, what club to use, and obviously all the information in text. Using a lot of tables, a lot of pictures, to try to demonstrate the things we do want to demonstrate in the most possible, in the best possible way. We also have a personal tweak information up in the top right, which I do think is a very valuable addition to our guides, which is something that we haven't had for that long time. And where we, especially on approach shots and par 3s and stuff like that, not when we're sending to green like this, but when we do have like, let's say you're missing to the left, we suggest to either add or subtract, adjust, for an example. I think that's a very valuable thing to have. Now, this is obviously a par 4 or like a send it slide. If we're looking at a par 3, and it's again all about simplicity, big pictures, and with text that is easily followed. The shot structure is something that is a very good thing to read through, because it will give you all the steps of the way. It will speed up the process, and you will have more time then to focus on the key thing, which is obviously to hit perfect. Here we do have a free-to-play slide on a par 3, which again is a hole where if you don't know what you're doing, you will struggle dropping this one. But if you know what you're doing, like we do on this particular hole, is that there is a massive funnel on the left-hand side, will increase your drop chance then massively by following the shot. It would be that you go in with the mental thinking that, okay, I have an extra drop here, where your opponent is going to just look at this thinking, well, wow, that looked complex, what shall I do? You see the text, you see the VPR table on the right hand side. Yes, we are giving you all the numbers that you need, so you don't have to use an application. And then obviously with the spins and the stuff like that, gives you a clear view and also clear information on how to attack the hole. Now, like I said, our base when it comes to making Quick9 guides are free to play, but then we're also adding extra shots for paid balls sometimes as well. And this is a particular example where we have done one for a paid ball, which in that case gives some great value, where it's obviously less rings, less wind, and therefore not going to it's going to make it easier, to say the least. We can have another example here as well, where a paid ball will stand out as giving a, I would say, much greater chance, but also making it a little bit more fun. And that is when you do have the chance to send it. And you can see here, we do have a send it slide on this very tough par 4 of the Jubilee Grove. And we're sending it down there, and the best case scenario, we're getting into a wedge, which is obviously absolutely perfect, but it will never endanger not getting the birdie on this. I mean, it's a long ass par 4, whereof otherwise with free to play, you don't really have that possibility, as you can't really get the wind enough to send it down and stuff like that. So we're trying to mix and add on like shots and slides that we do feel they give us a lot of value. So Here's a couple of slides to give you an example, and for those of you that are playing our regular tournament guides will notice that it is exactly the same type of format that we're working with the Quick 9, and we do that because it's obviously a familiar way for a lot of players. A lot of players is having both packaging, and we would be stupid enough not to try to just mirror what is already seen as a very good format. So sign up. Use the link in the description down below. Call patreon.com/gctquick9. There you can buy for the events as a standalone, and then you can also sign up to our 30-day package to get yourself a cheaper deal, and make sure that you only have to pay once and get access to the 6 events that we are promising during season 85. Thank you everybody for watching this video about our Quick 9 content. Obviously, if you do have any sort of questions, you can always reach out to me directly, or you can send in an email to support@golfclashtommy.com, and we will happily help you out. I hope you see the value in the Quick 9s and how you can improve your clam points especially, but also your accounts with the balls and with the club cards with our guides for Quick 9. So sign up via the link in the description down below.